Hey everyone, Crazed Hatbox Eli here. This video is going to be a little bit different. This is a story about how I got the idea for the YouTube channel. So, the logo and the colors, when I was 13, I had a dream. The logo and the colors were in my dream. The last time I was in Washington State, I was asleep, and in my dreams, I saw these two hats. And they're just Walmart hats, but I had a dream about each one, and to the T, like the way this one looks and the way this one looks, which you guys have seen in my hat collection videos. Um, you know, so I dreamed it. We went to Walmart, and I saw both of these again, both of these, and I was like, huh, it's cool. And then we got back to Arizona, and I was really contemplating. And about a month or two ago, I was like, I'm gonna do a YouTube channel. I just never did. You know, things happen. There's different reasons, but then about around the time of my first YouTube video, whenever that is, I'm like, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna do it. No excuses. And that's what happened, right? I made the video with my buddy Rob, and my video was just me. Obviously, same day. Um, Sadly, those were not, you know, edited, and sadly, those didn't have a cover for, right? But they're still great videos in their own way. Now I have every video edited. Now I have covers for every video, which is really cool. I really appreciate. And I know he's out doing his own thing right now. He's making his own YouTube videos and posting them. And obviously, I wish him the best with that. And I know he's wishing me the best with this. Um, me, I've always liked hats for many years. And between the dream I had at 13 and the dream I had when I was in Washington State, you put them together, it was like, you have a reason why you keep getting pulled in this direction for whatever it is. You have them, you like them, you want to show them off. There's no reason not to do it. And like I said, around the time of my first video, I made the YouTube channel a day or two before. And I told my buddy we gotta make a video. And that's how like the process got started. You know what I mean? And obviously, the first two videos, like I said, they're not edited. There's nothing fancy about them. But like I said in that one video, I'm learning. I'm constantly learning. I'm trying to grow, and that's one thing. I really am trying to make this a very professional channel. And I'm trying to grow the channel, and I 100% mean that. And I feel good. I really do. Doing this YouTube channel, I do feel really good, and I'm looking forward to really growing a community. And I hope you guys like the hats. That's part of what this is. Me showing off my collection, and conversing, and I like watching other people's collection. There's a lot of people on here. I swear, I have seen your guys' videos, even if you don't have a profile picture. You only have like one or two videos. I have watched your videos, not all of them, right? Like the internet's huge, but I've seen a lot of different videos, and I'm always curious, and it's always really cool to see different people's collections, what they think is collection worthy, and you know, um, the passion of what teams they love and how they feel about certain things. And it's always really interesting. I really do enjoy those videos. So now, I'm like, look, I got a lot of hats, and we're not even probably halfway through my whole collection yet. Um, but to be able to show them off, because like I said, I'm gonna sell them. There's probably gonna be a separate video on why and like was like the thought process behind that or whatever. Um, but yeah, like I said, this is just something that two dreams years apart, is a big deal. It really is. I was, if it matters, I don't know if it does, but if it does, I was in Washington State a week before the Super Bowl. So that kind of gives an idea of like how long I'm talking about before I started the YouTube channel. So I know it says on YouTube like the day you made the channel, then 2 days later or a day later, I made my first two videos, and I kept it going, and it's really cool, to be able to say that you realize that's what you're supposed to do, and normally I got a cross on my chain. Um, I don't have it on at the moment, but sometimes you just gotta go with it and have faith in what you're doing. And I'm really hoping you guys do like the video, seeing my collection, and you guys are finding it entertaining, right? Like that's like the whole point of this is entertainment, and definitely seeing hats that maybe you've never seen before, maybe you saw only once. You're like, dang, how is it like I've never seen a hat? Trust me, there's hats I've seen once on someone's head. I'm like, yo, where did they get that? It's like a really cool hat. And then when you spend, let's say, a couple hours on the internet, right? You run across it, you're like, wow, that's really cool. So, you know what I'm trying to say. We all have those moments, at least if you're a really big person, hats and like hat fashion and stuff like that. So it's really cool. And to every subscriber, to everyone that ever hit thumbs up, left a comment, or shared a video, thank you guys truly for riding with me through this process. Being a new YouTuber, I know it's hard because I might not be, like always, as hyper as possible, or I'm not as clean cut around the edges as some of these other YouTubers, and I totally understand that. And again, gotta get used to it. Back in the day, I used to do dip reviews, was really good at it. It takes a while to get good at that, and for me, I haven't done stuff like that in a long time, being in front of a camera, and for me, it's just about getting back into the swing of things, getting used to it, and it's one of these things that I'm really glad I started this YouTube channel. I'm really glad that I had a dream about these two hats. I got these two hats. I wore this on the Super Bowl because this was in my dream. I'm not taking credit for the Seahawks victory, obviously. I'm just saying, I live in Arizona. I mean? Like, I think sometimes you just gotta either read into things or you just gotta take what the universe and what the Lord throws at you. And that's what I decided to do. And yeah, it's been so far a really great ride. And I hope you guys are having fun enjoying this just like I am. I really am having fun, making lots of content and trying my best here. And I really do appreciate every subscriber and everyone that watches the video. I really do. And just like this, I know you're like, man, this is just a lot of talking. Some of you guys are probably like, I never knew why you started it. Some people have their own reasons. It's kind of cool to hear your reason, right? And I just kind of wanted to make a video talking about the process leading up to the actual channel creation, and kind of like what sparked it, right? Because like, some people, they just woke up and went, I'm gonna just start a YouTube channel. Then there's people that's like, oh, I dreamt about it. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm gonna try it. Everyone has different reasons why they do what they do, and this is just kind of like what led up to like why I decided to officially make a YouTube channel, start making videos. I had a lot of different inspirations. Why I got into hats, why, all that stuff. So, would I do a video like this again? Regardless of views, yeah, probably. Because I do feel like it's cool for me to kind of like open up and talk about certain things. Um, like I said, I don't really care about the views per se. I just want to make videos for those that actually care about why I do certain things or the way I think about certain things. And yeah, so as always, thank you guys for watching. Hit a thumbs up if possible, subscribe, possibly share the video. Let me know what you think below. You know, you guys liking the video so far? What could change? Give me some ideas here. And like I said, I am doing my best here. I promise that. And you know, I will say, you know, the person I have editing my videos, they're doing great. They really are. I'm very proud of them for all the effort, all the time they put into each video. I've been making the album covers. So like the first album cover video, I didn't make the album cover. I made everyone since. I'm gonna make the album cover for, I mean, not the album, sorry, the YouTube cover for this video, not album, the cover for the YouTube videos, right? That's what I'm trying to talk about. I've been making those. So, like I said, I'm really looking forward to growing, keeping this going, and really building a community with you guys. And like I said, you know, sorry if it's just a video where it's too much talking or not enough content. I'm sorry. Don't want it to be overly long or anything like that. You know, I just kind of wanted to kind of give some insights. That's why actually in that one collection video, I did say I gotta make a video about this hat. And what I didn't say is this hat plus another hat. That's the difference. So yeah, there's two hats that kind of give credit to that. Like, you know, encouraging me to do a YouTube channel and stuff like that. Me and my buddy just talked today about when me and him are going to get together to film his hat collection. And I'm looking forward to doing that too. You know, obviously we just got to figure out schedules, time, day, all that. And yeah, I mean, look, I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. All right, peace.